This one being 14 foot in design anyway, is 13 feet 5 inches long, 66 inches in beam, maximum beam, depth 31. Might be slightly deeper than that because we started to produce them slightly deeper. Transom width 60, again a regular standard 16-inch transom for height for the engine, and 435 to 450 in weight, depending on how many other things we added to the interior. This one might actually be a little less because we did not have seating in the back of it. Its model was called an Adventurer, and the model number was 1460-1. Don't ask me what the 1 means, I don't know. Well, this boat is one of the progression of designs and sizes and so on. Again, it's going to be a fiberglass boat, fiberglass coated plywood. This one, because of the changes over the years, water skiing became a very popular sport, and we were getting more and more requests for boats that could do water skiing, any one of which could, but we designed them a little bit more with freedom to be able to get the water skier into an area that made it more comfortable to get in and out of the boat and so on, gave more room. So this boat here has an open back. It only has a front seat, and it has an engine on the back of it that's 75 horsepower. And we were building them up through putting 85 horsepowers on them at that time period. Same interiors otherwise, but giving the skier a whole lot more room to be able to get around, maneuver, put his jacket on, get the skis overboard, jump out, without other things being in the way. I don't believe there was a requirement way back, because I remember pulling skiers without an observer, but I don't believe there was any need for an observer. So we didn't have seats that faced backwards and so on for that purpose. But we did do a lot of skiing with these boats. And this one here came from Newfane, Vermont. It was owned, to my knowledge, it was owned by a warden, fish and game warden, who had used it for fishing as much as anything, not necessarily water skiing, but fishing as well. And so they would bring chairs to put in the back, sit facing back and fish, and so it actually was more comfortable than what a standard boat would be for fishing as well as skiing. The designs of the hulls as we progressed started to get influenced by the automotive sector. So, I don't know that this is one of the first ones, but it is one of the ones that has fins. So you'll see as the walk around on the boat itself is done that the stern of the boat has a pair of fins built into the decking. It's part of the decking, so it's not an add-on piece, it's just the way we changed the deck, so it showed a fin. The earliest ones had a fairly flat fin. As we moved on, it became a little bit higher, and then shortly after that, it was get back to the original because fins were going away. So this one has the fins, and you'll see some of the others also have fins. And it was a wonderful riding boat. Again, a little bit steeper in the V in the front, a little more flare at the top of it. Produced a little bit better ride, especially in rougher waters. A 14-foot boat going through reasonable wake is rough. And so we tried to improve as much as we could. And so I don't know if there's anything particularly different in the boat itself, but the engine that we put on this boat, being 75 horsepower, has a single-handled control. The engine would start in forward and go, or stop and start in reverse and go. You had you had the ability to start it forward or start it in reverse. You had no neutral other than to drift. Was a nice idea, but actually they call them dock busters because quite often they ram the dock pretty easily. So this one here is one of that style of engine. We've got 2 or 3 of those styles, but they were not, to me, they were not most desirable. They certainly were better options than that. This one again has never been to the water. No particular reason, just like the looks of them, like doing the work on them, and then when they're done, some hit the water, some don't. And I think that's it on this one.